go from there. So I guess you're looking for your new game just full like beginning to end type strategy, I guess.
Yeah, and what are the like? When's the good time to start, and what's the first kind of steps you need to take, to get going, really?
Sure. I mean, realistically, even if all you have are, what you said before, like small models, you've got art, I would start putting that stuff out there as soon as possible because you want to start building a following and then it gives you stuff to fall back on later too. People, the people that follow you the longest are, a warmer audience, right? And
Yeah.
people buy things that they're more familiar with or download.
Mhm.
It's incredible the how difficult it can be to get someone to download a free game or
Yeah, that's
anything
yeah,
that's
yeah,
free.
because there's so many, and to find it because with my previous one that I was just making for fun, I
Yeah.
just thought I obviously did no marketing, put it up, but I don't know why you just think that okay, it's free, someone's gonna find it, and then actually when I was even trying to show my own friends, I couldn't even find my own game, so it was
Oh
like
no.
if I can't find my own game, like because there's a lot of the similar name to that, like I was like if I can't find it, no one else is gonna find it. So I realized, yeah, like it's a difficult market now with the number of like games out there.
Yeah. I would start right now. Anything that you have, put it up there. So this industry, just a little background about myself. Before
Mm-hmm.
I got into online marketing, I worked for GameStop, and I don't know, you guys probably have EB Games over there. So I worked in video game retail for 11 years. Um, and one of the things just that I found out was a lot of our customers really enjoyed like talking with their friends and talking with us and just sharing like the journey. Like when you've been following a game for so long, it
Mm-hmm.
builds up all this anticipation. You can even look at AAA stuff, like something that I don't think it's out yet, but Kingdom Hearts 3, I want to say it comes out like this week or next week or something like that.
Yeah.
People have been looking forward to that game for 15 years. I don't expect you to have your
Mm-hmm.
game for 15 years before
Yeah.
it comes out, but seeing
Yeah.
all of like the dev diary stuff behind the scenes,
Mm-hmm.
curiosity is something that sells really, really well. So if you have anything that you can put out, videos and you can create cool timeline videos. So say like you have an animation video with like an early build of your character over time, if you continue to put those out, you can splice those together and have the same animation but like
Mm.
show how the
Yeah.
character evolves, and people really
Well, yeah.
enjoy seeing stuff like that.
Okay.
Stuff like that is really, really, it has a large potential to stick with people for a
Mhm.
long time. So I wouldn't say the only time it would be too early to to start marketing your game is if all you have is an idea, because
Mhm.
then you're just looking at text and people are very visual, like they like
Yeah.
tangible things, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I would
And
get, do you have like a Facebook page for like, just do you go by a studio or are you just you or what do you do?
yeah, so I set up my own, like I'm just me, but I set up my own studio. So because I was between countries, it just made it actually easier to just create a small company in the UK, and then I can work wherever I want, but run things, the business stuff via the UK. But it's just basically myself doing it, everything in the company.
Yeah.
Um, so the company has, I've got a website like for the company. Because I did one other project that was sort of like making a game for someone, someone else, like rather than making my own game. So that's like I've put that's up there basically at the moment. And then obviously this haven't got anything yet about the new game.
Cool. So do you have, or are you on social media? Do you have a Facebook? Do you have,
Only on like only a private one, a personal one at the moment. I don't have a business one. I started like I tried to create one, and then I realized like I don't have any, enough content for it, and it kind of like looked really naff. So I kind of just like deleted it. But I guess that's the first like probably place to get started.
yeah, you're always going to start with zero content.
Yeah.
So I would make that step one and then try to link to it in any way that you can. Have it linked on your website to your Facebook page. Have
Yeah.
your Facebook page linked to your website. That's just going to help
Mhm.
with like SEO, backlinks, and stuff like that for your website.
Yeah.
One of the things too that's going to be really, really helpful to you right now is if you start, do you have like an email list or anything like that? Like a
No, I don't
newsletter?
have. No, I just have on my website. You can. There's like a contact me form, but like I didn't have anything to subscribe or anything yet.
I would do that because a lot of the so especially when you're looking at like low budget level marketing, like a lot of indies are one or small person teams. You know, they don't have
Mhm.
a lot of financial backing to do the marketing. If you
Yeah.
can organically build your email list, then you
Mhm.
just market through email, and that's not going to cost you anything. You're not having to spend money on Facebook ads or YouTube ads or anything like that because you have an email list, and people that subscribe to your email list are they're already familiar with you in some capacity.
Yeah.
So it's all about the sales process, like a cold audience, people who don't know who you are, and then warming them up into potential buyers and prospects, and then advocates of your brand. Because if someone buys or downloads your first game and then you email them or you create a post or something like that you have a new project, they're really likely that they're going to be interested in that.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
I would start. You can get. I wouldn't use like personal email to do that. You can.
Yeah, my website's got a email facility with it, so I guess I can use
Yeah.
that.
Does it have like an autoresponder sequence that you can set up?
Yeah, I think yeah it does. I think so. Yeah, I haven't looked into all the details, but I think it would like come with a package. I think I got like a 12-month package for free with the domain and with email and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'll have a look at what that provides.
Yeah. That's going to be one of the biggest things. You might when you first start out, you might be sending out emails that are to one person or to 10 people.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know what your dev cycle is going to look like. It could be 12 months, could be 18 months, could be 24 months. Who knows how big your list is going to be by then if you start now, you
Yeah.
know? So you create like a post on Facebook that has a link to your website to have people sign up for like, you know, I don't know how familiar you are with email marketing or anything like that, but you've always got to have some sort of opt-in offer, a reason for people to give you your email address, right?
Yeah.
Um, it used to be like exclusive content would get people to do that. Now people are a lot more protective of their email because it's been so prevalent,
Yeah.
all this spam. So you can make promises like early access or things like that to it,
Mhm.
or even
That would be quite cool because then you get people actually testing as well, right? Which is quite a
yeah,
unusual
it's
situation. Like,
you have your own closed beta basically with just people who are interested, and those people are people who want to do that, and they're going to be the ones that give you criticism, both good and bad. They're going to give you the
yeah,
praise, they're going to give you the criticisms that we necessarily don't want to hear all the time, but
yeah,
um,
yeah.
but
They're
it's
gonna
necessary.
improve. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Help you improve.
one of the things that I would do. Oh,
Mhm.
Evo's here. One of
Mhm.
the things I would do when you're doing that is
Mhm.
create a separate page on your website, um,
Yeah,
just for your email. So on your post, you'll have a link that goes to that page. I don't know how familiar you are with landing pages versus websites, but a landing page, you have basically two options, right? You can either take action, which would be submit your email to get the thing, or you bounce out. Because if you send them to a page that, as like designers, you want to show them everything, they're gonna
yeah,
they're gonna get distracted from the reason that you want them to go there, and they might not necessarily come back. So you give them a reason to give you your email because they're gonna get all of this other content. Um,
Mhm.
and whenever Evo jumps on, I know that's something that they did with his studio, and they haven't really. Last I talked to him, started really pushing for emails yet, but I know they've got
Mhm.
a demo that's coming out, so we should see how well that does for them. But
Yeah. Okay, that's a good, yeah, good starting point, I think.
yeah, when you're this early, the big thing is going to be just putting out content all the time as often as you can. Um, And the
So it's
thing,
just basically like a dev blog as you're going along, like your like your art and what you're like anything cool that you're doing.
yeah, anything. And I would use video
Mhm.
as much as possible, just
Mhm.
because, especially on something like Facebook, it's very, very
Yeah.
shareable. Facebook's trying to take over YouTube. It's trying to take over Switch. It favors video. It's going to get favored in the algorithm a lot more than something like, just a text post with an image.
Yeah.
Even doing like the Facebook stories, just
Mhm.
do a story every day of what it's like being a game dev. And maybe you start a project and you've been working on like this one animation for 4 hours, but you have 15 separate 15-second videos that people can go on and they can watch and they can see all the progress. So just put out content. That's the best thing you can do. I know it sounds really easy, but it can be it can be a daunting task. I mean, it's not something that's going to be at the top of your mind, but it's going to be something that you're really going to have to do.
Mhm.
Right, Evo?
Hi there.
No, no video today. You surprised me with a video last time, and now we don't have video.
I didn't have enough time to uh, install it and so on.
That's okay.
I'm with my parents and yeah,
Oh.
just come from the dinner and even my microphone was accepted. So
No, it's okay. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Oh, don't worry.
Any other questions like that you have at all, Vix, on what you should be doing?
Yeah, I mean, so this phase, let's just go a bit more into the Facebook thing. So I should be, you said about linking, so maybe from my like personal profile, I should be sending people as well to the business site.
Yeah.
Is that a good way to get started with getting some traffic there?
Yeah, you can definitely share stuff on your personal page. Just be weary about how frequently you're doing it, because within the last 6 months, Facebook, and I don't know if you have a Facebook ad account right now. If you don't, then you can blast it as much as you want. But there are a lot of people like that are spending and making a lot of money on Facebook ads that have been using their personal profile as basically like a top of funnel type of like sales process starting, where they have links to their websites, links to all these different things, and they're selling all these different things on their personal site. And Facebook's been just deleting those personal accounts because Facebook wants to, the personal accounts separate than the business accounts by design. So I would think that if you were to do it right now, it would be fine. Even if you did it once a week, it would be fine. Once you get an ad account, I just wouldn't push everything that you have. What's the reason that you want to do it on your personal thing? Because you want to rely on?
No, just to get started. I just wondered because, like, obviously, if from starting from nothing, from no emails, no one to contact, and I'm going to make this Facebook page, but no one's going to know it's like there. The same as my website. My website's there. No one's really going to visit either, and they'll be linked to each other. But I'm just wondering about getting some traffic, initial traffic there.
Yeah, you can definitely post something out there and like, hey, this is something that I've been working on. I'd appreciate any feedback that you guys have or anything like that. Go like my page, blah, blah, blah. You can do that. That's perfectly okay. And then encourage them, to obviously share any content that they see, because then it's just going to organically grow your Facebook page. And you can always do things like a Facebook group, or if you have a Twitter account, you can link to your Facebook from your Twitter account. Send people over there. Twitter would be really good for like super cold audience stuff and getting them to like your page, just because of the use of hashtags, especially if you have like, you said it was like a platformer. If you have other like games that are kind of like an inspiration, using hashtags on those, anyone's that's searching that hashtag or is familiar with that hashtag, they're going to see it, and it might encourage them to go and like your page as well.
Okay.
What else?
So then it comes to, so that'll be the first step, setting up the Facebook page and doing this sort of devlog as we go along, building up this email list. And then when you get nearer to like the launching time, what's the key things around like the launch that you would need to work on?
Well, I mean, as you're getting closer to launch, you definitely want to have more incentives for start advertising your email list more, getting people on that, sharing testimonials from people, like people that have downloaded that early access, reach out to them via email, say, hey, just looking to take a quick survey on what you think of the game. And then, you have the disclaimer that anything they say could be used in promotional features. And then you can use those testimonials as almost like advertisements, but you can still do it organically, or you can even use them as paid. That's one of the things that's really hard. And when we were talking to the guy yesterday, he had 11 reviews on his app, but none of them had any sort of like text content, which I think he attributed to not being in the US, which could very well be true, but people want to see what other people have to say. The game itself, it might look really, really pretty, but it could be broken, just might not work. So I would work on getting those testimonials. And then as you get closer to launch, you could do different things like pre-sales and things like that, different incentives to get people to download, like let people know about the launch on day one. And if you can create some sort of an incentive in game as far as like bonuses or something like that for downloading, like on launch day, you celebrate it, you treat it like an event. It's not just like, oh man, it's out there, come download it now. You want people to feel special. Maybe they get, I don't know if it's like a character skin that's like a day one character skin or something like that. So that way it's always something that, they can see that even if their friends buy it down the road, like it builds that jealousy thing. Anything that's going to reward people for taking action is going to be something that you're going to want to focus on. And then you can get into.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah. And
I hadn't thought, things I hadn't thought about before. So that is really useful. And that kind of like doing it early, like now is good because obviously you can build those things in, like you say, some custom skins or some custom assets that they can have, and it's not too difficult. And like it can, like you say, drive people to actually download that specific, like at the start where you kind of want to like quite a rush, don't you, at the start to get things going.
Yeah. Because I mean, if it's a brand new app and you're trying to go out there like week one and you're willing to spend money and you're gonna pay money to get people to try to install your game, and all of a sudden it shows that it's got like 46 downloads or 10 downloads, like people are gonna be like, nah, I don't know if I'm gonna do this. Another thing that you can do early on that we were talking to Jason, one of the guys that comes on these calls a lot, make them like as an incentive to get on the email list, do some like sort of creative contest. There might be people out there who are very creative and be like, name said character or create like this character model, like outfit or whatever, just like some contest where it's going to make them feel like they're part of the game in some capacity. That's always done really, really well with like AAA and even a lot of other indie studios that I've talked to. Doing stuff like that is really cool. You just want to just like brain dump all of your ideas that you have to get people to opt into your email list. So that way, when you send out that mass email right away, everyone wants to download it. So, and then once you do launch, or even before you launch, I mean, you could be doing, this is a whole rabbit hole that you could go down. Like you can do paid ads before your launch. So this might be a conversation that we'll have later. But one of the things like you can do with Facebook specifically that I talk a lot about, the power of Facebook video, is you can put trailers out there and you can create audiences based off of how long people have watched your trailer. If someone watches a full 90-second trailer, they're very interested in your game. So you're building out this entire audience. So that way, they might forget about it, but And then when you launch your game, you can run ads to the people that have watched, X amount of content that you've put out. And now it sparks in their mind like, oh yeah, I remember that. I really did like that. And then create the install or the pre-sale or whatever it is you're going to do. So.
Okay. So how does that work? Like, is that for free in Facebook, like the analytics, or you have to pay for that?
So you can create the audiences based off of videos. So if you put a video out there, it's all going to be done in Ads Manager. So there's going to be a cost, but Facebook video is really, really cheap. I mean, even if it's something, if you start early, right? And you can do it for $1 a day, $2 a day. I mean, if you're starting with, a shorter video, a 15 or a 20-second video, you can get 10-second views for 1 cent, 2 cents, 3 cents. So that dollar in that day, you could hit 100 people that, have some sort of interest in your game. You spend $1 a day over 3 months. Yeah, you spent $90, but you've got 900 people that are interested in your game. So I wouldn't be intimidated by spending money.
No, I'm not. I'm not intimidated by spending, but I don't want to obviously waste money, especially like you're saying, like if you haven't set things up, I don't just throw the money at it and then like, oh, there it's like you just throw it away because, you haven't followed some kind of procedure. You don't have the audience or the things you need. So,
yeah. Well, lucky for you, I've wasted thousands of dollars on Facebook ads to learn how to actually do stuff. So if you have questions, just ask, and I'll tell you to do all of the things that I did wrong. I'll tell you how to do them correctly. So, yeah, my first venture in Facebook ads was, I thought I was going to be a millionaire selling jewelry from China, and it didn't work. Not a millionaire.
Yeah, I was going to say you wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah.
On the beach. Another quite a random question, and I don't know. You may have the experience because you're saying you were in retail before. So one of the other things is it's just a bit locational as well. My game, it's like there's a place here in Greece where it's like centered on, which is quite a touristy place, and I've actually I visited there last year, and I'm thinking like there's quite a lot of cafes there and tourism there. And I was thinking, how about some kind of poster and just get like tourists to like snap the QR code and download the game, because those kind of, obviously there's not as a big audience as the internet, but like they're going to be people that are very like into the subject because they've traveled all the way there to be at that place.
Yeah.
So they're going to be like quite a high, I guess, install rate.
Yeah, you could do like QR codes really didn't take off in the States like I think that they were supposed to. I can't speak to like the rest of the world, but there are still people that would be interested in stuff like that. Or a really big thing is like Snapchat filters. You could create a Snapchat filter that's just based around that geographical area, so that way people can take a picture and it has like some sort of representation of your game. Now, it's a paid thing that you'd have to do, but it's just an idea. And that is something that you can do too with the Facebook ads, is you can target people that are just in, within like a 10-mile radius of that area, or a 5-mile, or even a 1-mile radius of that area. That way, when they're just scrolling, they might be like, oh, well, I'm here. That's cool. Maybe I will download it. Or one of the things you could do if you've used that for inspiration, even going there and like creating some sort of a video that shows like the actual architecture that might be represented in your game, and like doing some hybrid like splice video where you have like real world and then in-game like comparisons of what they are, and just piquing people's interest at that point,
I got some photos when I was there, but I didn't think about like videos. But I'll probably be back again next early this year. So that's another good idea.
Yeah, just take videos, or even that would be a fun time to maybe go on and do like one of those dev diaries, and then you create like a video where you're there, and then you edit it and put like the in-game content in there, or you could do a Facebook Live or anything like that. But that would be really neat if you have real world environments that are, I guess, based on real world environments.
Mm-hmm.
But try anything. I mean, I'm not going to tell you to not do a QR code because it might be the best thing that you've ever done. If you put it out there and it works, then roll with it. One of the things that, you know, I've learned is just because something works for somebody else doesn't guarantee that it's going to work for you. So try everything. That's the thing about marketing, is it's all about testing as much as you can until you find the one thing that works. And then you just put all of your, like, go all in 100% into that.
Yeah.
And then once you're satisfied, pull off a little bit, and maybe like 20% of like what you're spending on marketing take, and then explore other ventures. And if that starts taking off, put more money into that. And then that's where you can learn to like scale, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a lot of useful stuff to think about and to get started on.
Cool. I'm excited for you.
Thank you. I appreciate your time and your help.
I don't have anything else going on.
Is it lunchtime there?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's it's nap time for my daughter. That's usually when I do these. She goes and crashes, and then I hop on these for anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours. We try to keep it 2 hours if we have enough stuff to talk about, but you know. What do you got going on?
She?
She's 2.
Oh, so my son is 2 in February.
Yeah, kids are crazy. They're nuts.
Yeah, but he's now it's 9 o'clock at night here, so he's now for his night sleep.
Yeah. Cashed out. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. It's weird doing like this market of like game developers is like way more international than anything that I've ever worked with. So there's a lot of like people just waking up, or like they're like in bed and it's midnight, or you know, whatever. But it's
yeah.
I always appreciate whenever anyone gets on. I understand that it's not easy, but that's why we try to give as much information as possible to make it worth your time. So
yeah, it's definitely useful. So thanks.
Cool. And always be sure, like, post in the group. Just I one of the things that I really enjoy about being in like the other like indie dev groups is I like seeing like the stuff that people are working on. So don't be afraid to like share stuff. Just keep it, you know, keep it in a context to where like it's relevant to what we're trying to talk about, because I don't want it to be like the one indie dev group where everyone's like in hiding from like Sunday through Friday, and then Screenshot Saturday comes out and it's like that's all I see in my news feed. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Ivo, what do you got? You got an update for me?
Few updates. First thing I want to share is actually a video analysis of the Hytale trailer with a lot of ideas why it is so what is the term here? Why it invokes so much emotion in the viewers and so on. And I think the trailer, the release trailer, and overall trailers can be pretty good for marketing. So I'll just send the link for the in the chat, because it's like a 10-minute video.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to watch it now.
And that's the Hytale one you said?
The Hytale one, yes.
That's that Minecraft-esque game that you showed me a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, I'll check that out. Yeah, I mean, Ivo can definitely speak to trailers. Since he's been jumping on these calls, we've been kind of like watching all of the video content that they're putting out. And once you start putting content out for your project, pay attention to the videos and the average watch time, and look at, like, if your average watch time is 5 seconds or 6 seconds, look at what happens at that time frame, because then you know that's when people are starting to lose attention. And then keep future videos, try to focus on stuff that was at the beginning of that and try to get as much buy-in from viewers as possible.
How do you find the time how do you know the time they watched? Is that when you say, do you have to start an ad account to know that? Or?
Nope. That you can find all that stuff just on your page manager. You have an insight section. When you create a business page, there's an insight and it'll show all of your posts. And if you have it'll show you how many people viewed it, how many people like clicked on it, if there was a link. And if it's a video, it'll show you the average watch time on there. So that's why I try to tell people to go with video as much as possible, is because you get the most data from videos. I mean, you can check and you can see, if someone clicks on a link, that they're interested in what you were talking about. But it might not necessarily give you as much information. Like one of Evo's videos, it opened up with an introduction of like a boss in the game. It was this really menacing looking boss. And then like as soon as the boss gets off screen, that was kind of around the time that the average watch time stopped. So it's just interesting stuff. The marketing side is very analytical. It's very data driven. But you can take that data and you can make it creative, because then you can alter the things that you're doing in a creative aspect that influence the data.
If you want, I can share my screen and show.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you were on mobile, since you said you were at your parents' house, or what.
Just a second, because it's always my browser is a mess. I have to restart it.
Okay, so he's going to bring up his page manager and show us the insights from those videos and everything. How many are you above 600 likes now?
Yes, just a second. I'll tell you the exact number. Like 650 exactly.
Good. Considering what we started doing this like 6 or 7 weeks ago, I think maybe a little bit longer.
In November, mid of November, I think.
Yeah, and you were at like 50, so you're just blowing up.
Which were actually only friends and like 10 people from game dev, like GitHub, what was the term for that? So where was the share? Okay, can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, so in the insights, you can check, this is my page, by the way. You can check the activity on the page and so many other cool stuff. And all the videos.
How do you reach 111,000 people? What do you do?
And it's by the trick with posting content in the group and then sharing this content in other groups.
Killing it, man. It's awesome. That's all organic too. You guys aren't doing anything paid yet.
No paid, yes. Well, the audience is not as warm as it could be by advertisement, because this is general reach to all kinds of gamers.
Right.
Not only ones who like the game necessarily, but it's the audience.
You'll be able to segment that out too. So just keep doing what you're doing.
And here in the posts, we post videos, and there are some pretty useful stats. For example, the one you mentioned, it should be, yes, this one with the boss. It has the best, how to say, engagement to reach to engagement ratio. And check the statistics. You can see that it's built for a long time, and there are a lot of 10-second video views. And the whole video, we found out with some experimentation and so on, that the best duration is like about 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's really hard to get people to watch something for longer than 30 seconds.
Yeah, and we found out by basic calculations about the minutes viewed and the number of views for these seconds that almost everybody who watches 10 seconds of the video actually watches the whole video.
Awesome.
The moment you lose is right about between 5 or 6 seconds after the beginning of the video, and that's where in this case the footage is changed from the boss to gameplay, but still quite high retention. And what is pretty good about this video is the catch, the hook it has in the beginning, where the boss does like roar. I can show it.
Yeah, you go ahead and play it. I like watching it. I think that's the first time I've heard the audio from that.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's been muted every time.
Whoa.
But look at the end of his video too, how he has the call to action on there. So that way, if he's sharing that in other groups, it's encouraging people, because some of his earlier videos, they didn't have anything like that. But now, if for the people that do two things, the people that watch it fully are going to be the people that are most interested, and then they're most likely to like and follow the page. So having those call to actions is really important.
Also, we tried some videos, example, this one, which is way calmer, and it does not have the same conversion rate. You can see our average watch time, the percentage of reach to engagement is also low. So this initial hook is pretty important in the dynamic music and so on. So yeah, the way to develop in that is to improve and try not new stuff and so on. And
that's the last time you posted on your page was December 18th.
Yeah, we are preparing a lot of content, but it's still not ready. I have like 2 enemies and 1 boss to finish, and Anna has to do some environment, and it will be huge and cool content update, and with a lot of stuff to show. So looking forward to it next week.
Good.
I just have a question. I saw there it says one of the videos was a cover video. And what I noticed when I tried to set up my Facebook page, and then I kind of give up because it's a very, the aspect ratio is very long and thin. And it was hard for me to make something that fitted nicely. I just wondered if you had any tips on that for that bar at the top.
Well, it depends on the editor. I think Anna did it. We are a team of 2 actually, and I think she used Blender for this Blender video editing, and you can set the aspect ratio there of the video, and I can show it to you actually.
Because when you go to change it, it tells you what aspect ratio to use, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I see what you've got there is kind of like a side banner that kind of, that's a good way, I guess, to get around that, because it's hard to stretch your game to fit that. That's what I'm thinking, to get game. It's hard to get that all the way across, right? So you've got the
it's like a frame.
Columns, so yeah, like a frame to change the aspect ratio. So that would be a good way to do it, I guess. I tried like putting two things side by side, but it wasn't really working.
Yeah, it's a very weird aspect ratio to try to like your images get all stretched out and wonky, but the way that they went about doing it is one of the more clever ways that I've seen. Are you getting a lot of call to action clicks on your button?
This button, I think no.
No,
not much. Just let me check, but there wasn't that much activity on the page actually. So what was it inside? I like two actions for the past
it's just pretty consistent.
Yeah.
What how is the group doing?
Yeah, it's growing like 50 people a week, something like that. I'm way happier with the group actually because of the visibility, and it is at this point it is almost self-sustaining. Sometimes I post it just to be able to share it, not because actually there's no content. So you can see folks are asking some stuff, posting names.
So one of the strategies that we came up with early on to get more awareness about their game was to just kind of like start a generic kind of like a video game meme type group where, you know, occasionally they can, it's under the studio name, they'll be able to eventually put out stuff with their game. So they're building relationships with people without even those people necessarily being like aware of it. You know, all these people that are going to be in this group are going to all of a sudden see the stuff that they're putting out, and hopefully it's going to turn into some sort of conversion aspect. Even if it doesn't, he has this, you know, self-sustaining community that's out there that is going to build awareness. They might not be interested in Bombing Quest, but they might be interested in a future title. So it's all about relationships that you're building. So,
and they know us as admins of the group, and they're kind of warm towards us. So they know we are doing a game, because sometimes we share content from the game here, and sometimes we in our comments and meme sharing and so on, we include references to the game, so on. So yeah.
What about have you started trying to drive people to your landing page for your email yet, or are you still waiting until you get that demo done?
We are still waiting for that, and actually I saw you sent email for the funnels. I will check it out and see what the things you propose there and so on. So
that email I sent?
Yeah.
I sent you an email?
I think yes.
Maybe I did.
Just a second.
Oh, is it about the
can you see the Thunderbird?
Yeah, I see your inbox.
Yeah. Second.
Was it about the done for you funnels? Was that what it is? I didn't know. Maybe I sent that as like part of like a test group to see who would do it. I don't remember doing it though.
Yeah, on 7th of January.
Oh, it was like a couple days ago. Oh yeah, no, I remember. So I sent it to a lot of you guys that come on the calls regularly. Vic, since just so I get this out of the way, I called Evo Ivo for like 6 weeks. Is Vix right? What is it? Is it Vix?
It's just like a nickname. I mean, yeah. So yeah,
all right. Vix is cool. All right, Vix. So one of the things that the platform that I use for like our membership site and all of the content that's on there, one of the things that it allows me to do is build out sales funnels like I do for my other clients and things like that. So it lets me build out, like right now I have on there a landing page to accept an email that goes to a thank you page that starts an email sequence that gets put out, and depending upon, you know, what you're doing, it's basically like if you create an account with them, I can just go ahead and give that funnel to you, and it's designed in a way that all you have to do is change the images and change a bit of the text, and now you have like a full-fledged like automated funnel that's going to do that. And you can integrate like a Facebook pixel, and I know a lot of this is probably beyond what you're wanting to do right now, but just so you have a reference on what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have to check it out. We have our own site, and we have like a page for capturing
The emails.
landing page. Yes. Emails. It's yes, email, and it's this one, and yeah, but if the things Taylor sent is better and more easier to configure and so on, and doesn't need much design and stuff, we can use it.
Yeah,
I just have to check.
just to speak on Kartra a little bit. So I don't know, like, I don't want to say it's pricey, but it's not cheap either. So it's 89 US dollars a month to do it, but it gives you a full email autoresponder. It's got a landing page builder that's just drag and drop. So like one of the things that I do is I split test a bunch of different things for like my clients. Like I have right now, a dog train, like they sell dog training gear. So what I'll do is I'll make like 5 or 6 different versions of the same page to find out which one is converting better. So it's easy to do because you can build a lot of content really, really quickly. And it allows you for that split test. And one of the things that I never really thought like devs necessarily needed were like some sort of like membership site, but you can build a membership site like our membership site. And I thought it might be kind of cool to kind of have like a members only. You see stuff with like Uplay and things like that like these, you know, AAA studios do, where all the content is given out in this exclusive manner where, you know, people feel like they're members and, you know, they can earn rewards and things like that. I'm in no way trying to like push this on anyone. It's just an option.
Yeah, I think it's something to look at a little bit later once they get started, I think.
Yeah. I mean, you can realistically do everything that Kartra does with like a basic WordPress site or whatever like site builder that these guys are using. It's like an efficiency thing. It's very fast and it's easy to use. But like my WordPress site that I started with, all I had to do was pay for hosting. So that was $15 a month, and that's it.
Okay, and what else? I have to contact Aaron to ask him about the Reddit because we still have problems there.
You had problems on Reddit?
Yeah, still, but I asked the administrators of the groups, but they said they're not banned. But still, I cannot share content in some groups, which is pretty bad. So I have no idea what's happening. Maybe it's some automatic block. Maybe I have to contact the main Reddit administrators or something like that. Not sure.
You guys were able to create your own subreddit though, weren't you, or no?
Yeah, we were able.
But you're not able to post in other Reddits to promo your subreddit.
We were able in the beginning, but then something happened. I think we got banned for some reason, and we tried with different accounts and it's still not working.
Why are you always getting banned from stuff?
Maybe we are too suspicious. This is the rate. We got 100 and about 100 subscribers for a week. It was going pretty well, and then when we post something, it just does not get previewed anywhere. So
you tried doing the same thing you did with your Facebook group?
yeah, basically.
Reddit?
We also have exclusively for the game development. I mean, subreddit specifically for our game. Just find it, which is growing slowly, of course. Because we haven't had much content the past few weeks. It is not showing how I'm not working with.
Yeah, Vix, one of the things, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but one of the videos that I did was about omnipresence, and it's just about, you can't just be on one platform.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is you want to be everywhere that your buyers are, because they might see you once on Facebook, or they might see you once on Twitter or on YouTube, and then forget about you. But then when they see you again on another platform, they'll remember that they saw you before. So you want to try to be everywhere that your buyers are, and that's the basic idea about omnipresence. But if you watch the video, it all ties on, driving a call to action and sending them to one place from all of those platforms. One of the most powerful marketing tools.
I don't remember my password. Great.
I'll have to go ahead and forgot password.
I won't open my my document with passwords.
You can just stop sharing your screen.
Just a second.
Sure. Oh, I can take control of your screen. That's cool.
Whoa.
But yeah, so one of the things that you're going to want to do is you can create a Facebook ad account, right? You don't have to, you can't run ads until you have a credit card on there. But when you create the ad account, what it's going to let you do is it's going to let you create a Facebook pixel, which is, it's just a piece of code that you put on your website or your landing page, and there are different pixel codes for different events that are going to happen. So what you would want to do is, from all of those different platforms that you're on, is keep driving them to your website or to a specific landing page. So if you have a trailer or a video, maybe there's a teaser on Facebook or there's a teaser on YouTube, and then you want them to go to your website to watch the full thing. The reason you want them to go there is, so if you're familiar with like Google Tag Manager or anything like that, it basically, it'll ping their Facebook profile if they're on their mobile phone or if they're signed into Facebook on their PC. So that way you're building an audience. That's what Facebook is about. It's all about building audiences, so that way you can move them down your sales funnel. So you're sending all these people from other platforms when they're out looking for content, like on YouTube or Twitch or Reddit or something like that. And then when they're on Facebook, you'll be able to run paid ads to them. And they might, like, if you've ever been shopping online and you're looking up, like my wife the other day was looking up getting a calendar made with like all of our pictures on it. She decided not to buy it. And then she's on her phone scrolling 30 minutes later, and she sees ads from Shutterfly for getting calendars made. Yeah. And that's because the Facebook pixel pinged her when she was doing that, and they're running ads against people that have been to their website looking at calendars and showing them ads for calendars. So yeah. And she bought one. And it was $40 for a calendar. Whatever.
Okay, so now we can check out how it looks. Pretty similar to the Facebook one, just only for subscribers. They're pretty warm subscribers because they follow our content.
I gotta move my head and Vix's head. It's in the way of what you're looking at right now. Okay.
Well,
4 subscribers?
Yeah, only 4, but pretty warm because they actually showed interest in this subreddit and write us about it. And yeah, we actually had chat with all of them. So yeah, one. But
well, I mean, out of 4 subscribers, you have like 7 total upvotes, so they're engaging on there.
Yeah,
which is good. So just continue to do what you're doing. That audience, it might seem minute, but they're people that are engaged.
Yeah.
And that's what's important. I mean, it's like right now I'm running the ads for Battle on Titans, and if people might install the game, but if the retention of those people is, 2 hours because they play like 4 matches and they don't touch the game again for another 6 months, like they're just disengaged and it doesn't matter. It's all about engagement and retention. That's where you're going to find the people that are going to buy your content. How are you? I don't even know that we've ever talked about this, Ivo, but what's your monetization for Bombing Quest? Is it ads? Is it like a paid game, or what is it?
It will be a paid game. And we'll sell it on Steam and the other platforms.
Did you see that like blog post / article that I put up this morning? Did you get a chance to look at that yet?
No, but I opened it, prepare it to view it in my 1,000 themes on my desktop.
Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't reached out to anyone yet to see if they checked it out to find out if it's useful or not. So if you get a chance,
I'm pretty eager to check it out because, for example, we received approval from Steam. So,
yeah. Good.
And I was just yesterday I was checking the Steam API, and some more information on the topic will be pretty important. And
nice.
Overall, I think this is one of the best contents that. One of the most useful contents so far. I expect it to be very useful.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's not long. I don't even know that it's more than 800 words, but it's just an overview of getting published. I did Steam, itch.io, Discord, Nintendo Switch. I think you guys will kill it if you make it to Switch, by the way.
I have to check how things stay business-wise, in particular, because our game is extremely easy to port to console. I mean, our UI is in the old Bomberman style, so it's for joystick. I mean, select everything with joystick, not with mouse.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to port. So only the business aspect is what is the problem.
Yeah.
We're using Unity, so building for different consoles is just like one button away. So,
got it.
But the business and the marketing part of it.
Is the Nintendo Switch, are they looking for like a proven track record with before accepting people on it?
No, the only one from the research that I did that was like really like scrupulous with their approval, Discord seemed to be like the hardest one to get on. There's virtually, I couldn't do Epic because there's like no information out there on Epic without like basically being invited. But Nintendo Switch seems like it's one of the more open ones. You basically just have to register an account. And then there's an approval process, like once you upload the assets and everything. But outside of that, it seemed pretty straightforward. See, when I was doing like the research and writing this, I had to partner someone in with me because I like without actually like I would have had to have actually register on all of these and like upload, but I'm not a designer. I don't like have anything. So what I have is more of like a stepping stone how to get started with all these platforms. Because
I tried before with the Switch just to have a look and just out of interest more for the future, because I want to, like, as I say, I want to release my game first on the Android and iOS, and then if it was successful, my plan would be to like release it on the Switch. But when I just tried to register with the Nintendo, it let me register and everything for their developer program. But then when I logged into their portal, it just had like the Wii U, the Wii, and I think it was a 3DS platform, but there was nothing on there on the Switch itself. And when I read forums, it was just saying about like you have to email them with like your prototype or something, and then but you have to have a track record and all this kind of thing. So I was just leaving it for the future.
Interesting. I wonder if that's changed. How long ago did you do this?
That was sort of like, I think it was like last week or something. So quite.
Real recently?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's interesting.
Unless I missed something, I'll check out your article afterwards to see if I maybe missed something.
Yeah, no. I'm not the one that did the Switch. I'll have to reach out to the guy who I had digging into it and see what the validity is on what you're saying versus what he was able to find. But if it was a week ago, you're probably accurate, and I'll probably have to change what I have on there.
Yeah, well, all I did was log into the portal and I couldn't see it. And then the research I did was just people, blogging that maybe, I don't know how relevant and how old their posts were, so I was just reading around it, but maybe I missed something on their site when I logged in, I'm not sure.
Interesting.
Yeah, this will be pretty useful because many people ask if we will be able to port the game on Switch. So
yeah, Switch is it's a happening platform. They're very, very friendly. I mean, everyone knows that Steam is the easiest one to get on, but it's also so saturated that trying to get any sort of traction on there is almost impossible. I just wish that these launchers would, and maybe Epic will do it right, where you don't get a lot of information from Steam on like, and I know we've talked about it before, like GDPR obviously had like an effect on this, but like buyer information, so that way if you are someone who's running paid advertisements, you can get the data on the demographics and the people that are buying your game or downloading your game versus those that aren't. Otherwise, all you're doing is sending traffic to a page and crossing your fingers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You didn't put anything there about the Android, like Google Play Store?
I didn't know. I can. Do you have questions about?
I think I'm pretty, because I tried, like I said, I tried it once before just with the testing thing. So I think I pretty understand it's pretty straightforward, I think, the Android cycle. I think the iOS might be a bit more complex because I think, like, I'm not sure, again, because I've only read this, but I'm not sure if you actually have to have like Apple hardware and everything, or I see weird posts about people asking other people to upload and publish the game. So that's the one I've got, like, I know less about it.
Well, you probably know more than I do. So I just know how to send traffic and convert traffic. But one of the games I'm working on is on iOS, so I can reach out to them and I can let you know.
By the way, do you have any news from Jason?
No.
He said he's about to release in January, so.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's why he hasn't been on the last couple weeks, because he was getting really, really close. But I haven't seen anything from him. Last thing he said to us was, "Well, I got to leave the call early, guys. I got to go speak at a school about living your dreams." I was like, "Oh, okay, sure. Good luck with that." Yeah. But he said he was going to be on the call. I mean, he clicked yes on the event invite, but we all know how well that converts. So,
yeah.
No, I'll reach out to him and we'll find out what's been going on. Maybe we'll get him on there. You got anything else going on, Ivo, that you're wanting to talk about or discuss, or life questions?
Not anything that comes to mind right now. I expect I will have a lot of things to show next week because we will be preparing content to release and show to the folks and so on. So maybe we will have even some kind of a trailer video.
Yeah.
So,
What type of content do you have? I think you said it was more environments and bosses that you were doing videos or what?
I well, we have different biomes in
Oh,
our.
biomes. Sorry.
It's like open world, like Metroidvania style. It's top down, but still you to explore different zones. You need to learn, for example, a move which will allow you to jump from one biome to another, and so on.
In Bombing Quest?
Yeah.
I had no idea. I thought it was just like a grid-based, like single area, like you pass the level, like go on to the next one.
Yeah, this was the demo. It released in November, but it was just arcade type demo. The whole game is open world.
Man, you're blowing my mind right now.
So yeah, and we have like two biomes completely finished by now, but they are the ones we showed content from it in the previous post. So we are not reposting. They are way better now with more clips, but not showing that much of them. And now I've completed the programming and the the creeps, the mobs for another two biomes.
Yeah.
And I almost completed for third biome. And Anne is now completing the environment because I caught everything and she passes after that and makes the environment.
Cool. What's the idea for showing it off?
Like, you mean?
Is it gonna be like walk me through how you're gonna show the new biomes? Is it gonna be just like images, or are you gonna have like a camera pan through the environment, or what are you doing?
Maybe a little gameplay, a little boss views like the one with the Lord of the Swamp, for example.
Cool.
Compilation of gameplay, and yeah, also we'll post a lot of screenshots because some places are pretty screenshotted, some are better to be shown dynamic with gameplay and movement. So.
Oh yeah, for sure, I agree. Cool. That's next week.
Yeah, next week, and
by next Thursday, so I can call you out if you don't get it done.
Yeah. This time I'm sure. I wasn't sure for this week, and we are not ready for this one. But for the next, it's sure we will have this content because I will be ready with all the mobs and the bosses, and I will start recoding the tutorial and quest systems because we already have them, but to play test them, to fix bugs and so on. It's not important for the trailer, but yeah, for the alpha.
Which is when?
It will be close one for now, which is as soon as possible. 2 weeks from now, maybe.
Okay, good.
I guess I'll need one week to finish everything with the questing.
All right.
Yeah,
Vic, and, go ahead.
And for February, we plan. This is the optimistic options. We have another 2 or 3 biomes. We have the ideas, just need the time to do them. We know what to do, because for now we have bosses, biomes, clips. It's interesting.
You're gonna be busy.
Yeah.
One of the things that we try to do, Vix, with this, because I want everyone to be able to get as much out and put into practice like the stuff that we're talking about. So this way, like where you're at is perfect because it's like the beginning of what you want to do. Almost like an accountability check. And I didn't even realize we were doing this until like through conversation. Evo was like, yeah, the reason I keep showing up is because it's like an accountability thing. So I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to ask you what you're going to have done by next week.
Okay. So I guess I'm going to set up my Facebook page. I think that's the first thing to get started.
Good.
And I don't have any animations yet, but I think I should have something by next week. So let's say I'll put my first video on there as well.
All right, Facebook page and one video post.
Yeah, plus what we said, the sort of subscribe button and linking that with my website and stuff. I think that's
cool. I
that
think
should be
it's an excellent
good
place
start.
to start. Yeah, for where you're at, that's perfect. Cool. Anything else, or are we done here?
I think I've got lots of good ideas. Did you say you were going to put it up, the video? So maybe I need to look back over, because we said so many things that I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Actually.
Yeah. That's why I put it up there, is for you guys who are on it and anyone who can't make it. That way they can see it. So it'll be in the membership site. It usually takes I don't know, like an hour to render, just downloading, and then for me to upload it to the membership site takes another hour. So it'll be a couple hours. It's 9:30 where you're at. By the time you wake up, it'll be halfway done. It'll be done, and then you'll be able to check it out. And they're all it's just by the date. It'll say under the weekly call section. It'll say weekly call, and then it's 1:10 here. So I don't know what day it is and wherever you're at. So it's the same day, because you're only
Thursday.
Yeah. Eva, what time is it where you're at?
Around 10 in the evening.
10?
10, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where are you? Because it's nearly 10.
In Bulgaria.
Oh, okay, you're quite close. I'm in Greece.
Oh, I heard you were talking about Greece, but wasn't sure if it is only about the game or you live there. So we are neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from the UK, but like I'm living here at the moment.
Cool.
Great.
All right. Well, I'm gonna call it. I don't think anyone else is gonna come. If they are, they're over an hour late, and sucks to be them. But before we go, let's just take a second to appreciate my coffee mug, being a Game Boy.
Yeah.
And it color changes to Mario saving Peach when there's hot liquid in it. So little
nice
birthday present to myself. So all right. What's that?
I was going to say, you might like my game then, because, well, it's nothing related to Mario, but I love Mario, so I'm hoping the cuteness comes through in my game and some of the aspects.
I'm excited to see your assets and your video and everything. Evo, I'm excited to see your biomes. And you can always share them before next Thursday. I know Anna's always posting stuff in other groups, so I'll probably see it as soon as she posts it. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful evening. Don't stay up too late, and I'll talk to you in the group.
Well,
Bye.
Thank you. It's much appreciated.
Yeah.